My name is Ann O'Shea, and I am your Flex MLS trainer today. Today's webinar is tips for status changes. And while we're in there, I'll also tell you how to change the expiration date on your listings. Now, before we begin, we have, oh, slide's not cooperating. There it is. We have some housekeeping items to address. Today we have Josh answering questions. So if you have any questions, just go into the questions pane of GoToWebinar and he'll be able to answer those. Hopefully I'll cover everything so well though that you won't have any questions. But please be aware, as we all know, there are millions of people working from home, streaming movies, music, and all that. So you may need to call in from your phone for better audio or restart GoToWebinar for better video. In any case, this webinar is being recorded and a link will be sent to you in about a day to review or to share with a friend in case something goes wrong with your internet. So let's begin. Here we are in Flex MLS. And one of the great things I love about Flex MLS is that for many things, you can do them more than one way. So today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can change the status of your listing. You don't have to remember all 3. Just find the one that's most comfortable for you and go with that one. So first we'll start with, we'll go into the menu and we'll start with change listing. And since there's so many great things in the menu, I just like to type in change. And here it is under add change. I can click it here, or as you can see, I have the yellow star, which means that it's up here on my favorites bar. And here it is. So I can click it up here or down here, but I'll go ahead and click it down here. And this takes us to this page. And here I can see a couple of different things. I could throw in an MLS number in here, or I can see my listings. Now, don't panic if you don't see all your listings, because this is all categorized by status. And this is handy if you know you have a bunch of listings, maybe more than would fit on this page, and you're looking for, say, a pending. So just click on the arrow here and you can get to your pending or close, whatever it is that you need to do, okay? But today we're going to pretend that my client received an offer on this listing on Washington Street, and they have accepted this offer, which is great news. So we're going to click on the listing, and here we are. It takes us to the change listing page. Now this says change residential listing, number 56, because it's a residential listing. If it was a commercial listing, it would say change commercial listing, and then the MLS number here, or rental, whatever it would be. And on this page, you can see there's a lot of great information. Here's some history, activity. You have your address, your information, the entry date, the current status, and the list price. Now, on this page, you may have been here before. You've changed the price, perhaps, or you've added photos or videos. You can schedule your marketing activities down here. And up here is the listing information, where you put a lot of information in earlier. Now, to change your status, though, don't jump in here. A lot of people tend to. Keep going and go down to this section called status. And here you can see that the current status is active. And my seller accepted this offer today, so we're going to pen the listing. And that's farther down. So basically you want to find the status that you want and go to that here. So in this case, we're going to pen the listing. And here we are on the change status to pending. So you know where you are, you know you clicked the right thing. Here's the address again, your information, the listing information. And in this field here, we're going to put the date. Now this little I, sometimes it's a little different shape, but these little helpful bubbles, I would suggest reading them the first couple times you blow by them because they have restrictions or helpful hints, and definitely don't pass them up every time. Definitely take a peek. But in this case, we're just putting in today's date, and when you click in the field, today's date comes up on the calendar in red. So I'm just going to click on that. You can, if you were doing something else, pick a different month and all that. But today we're just going with today's date. So I'm going to click today's date. Now in this MLS, there's another field I have to choose, make a selection in. And I know that this is a required field because of the little red asterisks. So in this case, I have to fill this out as well. So I'm going to click on select one. And in this case, I'll just select no. And then in this one, MLS, we happen to have the expiration date here. But in any case, I'm coming down here to save. Whatever you do, look for the save button. So this one's down at the bottom. They tend to be down at the bottom. So we'll click save. And that takes me here to confirmation. It wants confirmation that I want to change the status. Now, if for some reason you, like many other realtors, are doing 14 things at once, which we understand, maybe if you notice the address isn't here, so you may want to go back and double check that you're changing the status for the correct listing. But in this case, we know we're good, and we're going to click save again to confirm. And now we're back in the change. In case you want to do anything else, add more photos. In this case, you probably wouldn't need to. And I'm going to click on Flex MLS in the upper left and get back to my dashboard. Now, that was the first way to get to your change status. The second way, which I tend to prefer actually, I'm going to go into menu again. And this time I'm going to type in my, because I'm going to look for my listings. And I'm going to type my. And my is a great thing to type in here because there's a lot of great things under my. My incomplete, my profile, my saved sorts, my quick searches, my sent emails, and here's my listings under search. So I'm going to click my listings. And as you can see, this doesn't have the little yellow star, which I could click now. But in this case, I'll just go ahead and click my listings. Now this is like the other one where all my listings are here, but in this case, they're all in one bucket. I don't have to go to the drop down and figure out which category I'm looking at. They're all here. So in this case, I have 2 actives now and the Washington Street pending, which I just made. And you see that there's a little flag that says status change. A lot of MLSs, this is about a week-long little flag that tells you if it's a new listing or a price reduction, status change. So that's what we just did. But we're going to go down here to this one. This is a pending listing that say something happened to financing and it fell out and we have to put it back on market. So the nice thing is, even though this is highlighted up here, because it's the first in the list, and even if we were over here in the detail tab, looking at that one, I could still go down here and change the status of this one very easily. I have the price, the address, the status, the MLS number, and right next to it is this great little triangle, additional actions. So I'm going to click on that triangle, and here I can see edit listing. I'm going to click on that, and here I am again at the change listing page. This case again is residential, and this is my listing number 51. And again, you can do lots of things here, but in this case, I'm going to skip on down to status. I'm going to bypass listing information. Don't go there. And we're going to see that the current status is pending. And we're looking for what status do we want to change it to. And in this case, we want to put it back on market, or rather change it to active status. So we're going to click on here. And this says change status to active in this case. So again, there's the address and some information, and I'm going to click on today. We'll say that the financing fell out today. There's the expiration date again. And again, I'm going to click save. and the system's going to ask me to confirm as before. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning again. So I showed you change listing, also my listings. And now the third way you can do it is go straight using the quick launch bar up here, go straight to the listing you want to do something to. So I'm going to just put in my MLS number 55. Obviously your MLS numbers tend to be bigger, but that's what this one is. And there's my active listing on Dandelion Road. And I'm going to click on this new tab because I always love that. I don't lose my place here on the dashboard. I can just go straight to it over here in a new tab. So here's my listing. And I'm thrown right in on the detailed page. And over here under the mini map is my price, my status, my MLS number, and again, that little triangle for additional actions. And I can go right here and click edit listing. And again, we're here at the change residential listing, in this case, number 55 page. So that's 3 different ways that I've shown you how to go in to change your status. Change listing, my listings, or just go straight to your MLS number, or you can even put the address in up here in your quick launch bar up here. Okay. Now I want to show you something while we're here. Down here in status again. In this MLS, they have extend or expire listing. And we can do that. We can change the expiration date here. Or I can go back, and some MLSs don't have this option right here. So in that case, I would direct them to edit current status, whatever it is, active or pending. Just click here, and here it is again. And you saw it before, I'm sure, but you can find it here even if you don't have that separate box to click. And in this case, this one expires in just a few days, so I can change that. Now, I can't make the expiration date the 5th because it can only be made larger or equal. And again, these little information bubbles are very handy that way. So I can't make it Cinco de Mayo, but if I click save, it'll give me a little alert. But I can change the expiration date to say, maybe the seller said, you know what, let's give it another 6 months. So instead of May, we'll go to November. And we'll go ahead and pick November 5th, 2020, and click save. Oops. Oh, I have to put this one back here. Okay. And there we are. Confirm that. And now we've been able to edit our expiration date. Now, one last thing before we go. I'm just under the 15-minute mark, which is our target for coffee breaks. I'm going to click back here to Flex MLS. I'm going to show you something on my dashboard. I have on this dashboard, and you can have several dashboards, some people do, one for statistics, all that. But this dashboard for me, I have my listings right here, which is very handy. And what I like about this particular gadget is that it shows you right here your listings that are going to expire. So you can even click right here. If you want to change an expiration date, just click on this line and it'll take you to your listing that's about to expire. And you can go in with that little triangle over here by the status and the MLS number and edit your listing. And in this case, this MLS, we could just click here to get to the expiration date. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.